Welcome to Ringer Wise Guys Thursday edition. Cousin Sal here with Raheem Palmer, Anthony Dabbundo. What a show we have for you. We're going to go over Major League Baseball, lots of action, NFL preseason, plays of the day. Danny Heifetz is going to join us. But first, a word from our presenting sponsor. I promise we'll be back. This is Ringer Wise Guys presented by FanDuel. Football season is back, and there's never been a better time to get in the game because FanDuel is giving rewards all season long. Whether picking a champion or building future same-game parlays, FanDuel has you covered. The app is fast, easy to use, and when you win, you'll get paid instantly. Head to FanDuel.com/gamblers to get started today. You have to be 21 or older in select states, 18 or older in D.C., Kentucky, or Wyoming. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Call 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut. All right, we're back. That is it. That was my voice. The next voice you'll hear is that of Raheem Palmer. Raheem, how's it going, man?
Life is good, man. I can't complain. You know, I'm eating good, always in the gym. We got NFL preseason tonight, so excited about that. A couple weeks away, so I can't complain.
It was like Raheem launching his press conference there. How you doing, Raheem? Great. You know, been eating good, getting in the gym, getting ready for the season. I'm like, is the mic? Is this a press?
Raheem, I get more jealous of Raheem's paella pictures than I do of like a $3,000 winning parlay or something that he'll present. I'm a sick individual. Maybe I'm in the wrong business, Raheem, but keep them both up. I love them both right there.
Well, if the Ringer ever wants me to do a food podcast, I'm available because I eat good every single day of my life.
I don't know. I feel like Joe House may have already cornered the market on that.
Yeah, I know.
Well, I mean, sure, we could collab. We could do something.
Yeah. What sportsbook, though, Raheem, mixing the two, has the best food?
What sportsbook has the best food?
So you don't even care. That's it.
See, that's hard because I don't really eat in the sportsbook.
I hear you. It's all garbage.
The sandwich place upstairs at Circa was pretty good. I had it last time I was there.
Oh, right. Yeah. Oh, you gotta move around.
I mean, if you're at Circa, you go to Victory Burger. That's pretty solid. I think Daria has like Moneyline bar, something like that's pretty solid. But I mean, it's all like junk food. I like to eat. Like my body's a temple.
You're not gonna get paella at the circus, that's for sure. All right.
Did I ever tell you, Sal? I once went on a date with a girl who said she was a House of Carbs listener back in the day.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah.
Joe House. That's correct.
I don't think I told House that. I might have, but it was very fun.
No?
It became a friend situation.
I see. Okay. Yeah. Dabbundo, you're best friends with the EPL, which is back this weekend. Very exciting for you. Look at that.
Yeah, we have new fans. I mean, the sport has just completely exploded now that Bill Simmons has declared himself a Tottenham fan. He was weighing in on the transfer rumors. He said, F him, we don't need Christian Romero. We don't need Jed Spence, two of the top players of the World Cup who have decided they're going to leave Tottenham. We're good. We got our Italian king, De Zerbi, ready to go. We're excited for the new season.
I love it. And so that starts. I already have Brentford plus a half a goal or something like that.
They're playing Tottenham on Saturday.
Yes, that's right. That's the 7:30 game for me. I think I purposely put it.
I think it's somewhere in there. 9:30.
Yeah, I did that. Okay. All right. Listen, we have Danny Heifetz coming up, and he's going to have a lot to say. First about beating you in golf last week. I'm sure, we got 20 minutes with him. And he's probably going to spend 15 on that, Dabbundo. So we'll see how that goes. But let's get into preseason football. Then we'll bring him on. He's going to talk about fantasy football and drafts and stuff like that. First off, some bad news out of New Orleans. Saints Alvin Kamara, MCL, out for a month. Jordan Tyson, Raheem, wide receiver, ASU, hamstring out at least that long. A hamstring's a worse injury than MCL now, I guess. So anyway, Raheem, we have not done with doing our AFC West preview tomorrow. Then we hit the NFC next week. Everyone, I think, who wanted to pick the Saints is going to have a little bit of trouble pulling the trigger on them to win the division now with these offensive woes, right?
Possibly, but I mean, you look at that division, there's not a lot to like. I mean, we're going to get to that later, but I mean, you see the way that the Saints ended the season last year, and you still might find some people willing to take the Saints. Did the price move on that?
No, it really hasn't. So that's it. That's what's interesting about that, because I think you're right. They're like, hey, this is a weird division. You guys figure it out. We don't have to move anything. Yeah. So there we are.
The wide receiver room is pretty bad without Tyson. I mean, it's Olave for now. And then you look down the list, Barry and Brown, Devon Vele, Jawan Johnson, tight end, Noah Fant, Mason Tipton, who's out. So I only have 2 groups worse at receiver in my early ratings than the Saints once you take out Tyson.
I think if not for your keen signing of Keenan Allen, the Colts, 1 year, $8 million, and I think the Saints would have tried to gobble him up at this point with the like you listed there. But congratulations on that tokens, Keenan Allen to your Colts, as I mentioned. Do you think Andrew Luck now comes back?
I'm not ruling it out. They got to put a call in like week 7. But my favorite thing every year was like when is the first headline going to drop? Colts called Andrew Luck. He's good. He's all right. He doesn't want to come back. But it's a little bit ominous because of the Pierce situation. And when you start to put the tinfoil hat on and you start to really read through a lot of the offseason transgressions around this team, with the knowledge now that Pierce has this weird injury that's getting injections, and now he's seemingly less likely to play in week 1. There are actually markets up on this, and the markets have him at like plus 200 essentially to play. Not a lot of liquidity there, but still like real markets. Don't think he's playing week 1. So I don't know what to think. They gave him a big contract. It wasn't as big as some of the other receiver deals we've seen go out this summer, but also it was super early in the summer. So does that mean that he knew he was more injured than they let on? How did the Colts not know this? The Colts have a history of misplaying the severity of their serious and important players' injuries. So it is definitely the black cloud that hangs over what has otherwise been a pretty good training camp. And I don't know if you saw, but the Colts put the screws to Tua yesterday in the joint practices.
I did see that. What the hell are they going to do with that, Raheem? I mean, what's the timetable for Penix with his leg injury? Would he be ready if Coach said go?
I'm not even sure. I mean, at this point in time, it just feels like, I mean, you spoke about the Saints not having a wide receiver room.
Yeah.
The Falcons don't have a quarterback room at this point in time. And so, maybe the Carolina Panthers win this thing by default. I mean, I don't know what Tampa Bay is right now. I mean, I thought they were supposed to be trading Vita Vea. I know he demanded a trade about a month ago, and then nothing happened. So
he took 1 year yesterday, right? Yeah, they extended him. So, interesting. All right, so that's the NFC South. AFC South.
Can't wait for that division preview, Sal.
I already have my plan. And by the way, it's working out because I go through every game. I'm a maniac. I go through every game. Okay, Chargers beat the Broncos. Okay, I got to put a loss for the Broncos. I have to put a win, and I go through every single one. And if
you do it by hand?
I do it by hand, and if it doesn't work,
they have a website for this.
Oh, they do?
You could just click through every game of the season.
Oh shit! Really?
That's crazy. See, I don't even do that. I just
That's my I go through every team.
So you're highlighting wins and losses?
Yeah, I do the whole thing. Like, this is their 4th road game in 6. I'm going to give them a loss, but then I have to adjust there. Yeah,
that's so fascinating. Our approaches are so different because what I do is I take the probabilities of every game based on my numbers, and then I'll spit out a win total, as opposed to going through game by game, because then it's like I could say, all right, they're definitely going to win this game.
Yeah.
But I'd rather just say, all right, this team has a 56% chance of winning this game, a 40% chance of winning this one, a 30%, and then kind of just come up with, the expected value.
And it's probably better and it's less time consuming, but then you don't get a wide range of what 6-win team is going to win 3, right? If you're going by mostly probabilities and lines and everything. And I don't know.
But you know what it is? You can create like a Monte Carlo simulation, and you just try to figure out how many times did this team win. This team that's projected to win 7 is going to win 10 or win 5.
I do the Sal exercise every time the schedule comes out. You have to do it. The Mad Dog did. All right. Bears. That's if you turn on SportsCenter.
That's a win. Dabbundo. Yeah, exactly.
If you turn on ESPN anytime in the last week, all they do is they all right, we got Dan Orlovsky in to do Bears discussion, and it's like, Cowboys loss, Saints win. And it's like, but you do end up with a lot of like 14-win teams. And you're like, well,
the best part is, yes, I insist that Simmons, when we do the over-under, I'm like, hey, your wins at least have to add up to your losses. I don't care if you go with game to game like I do. That's maniacal. That's fine. You can't have a +9 for wins versus losses in the NFL, right? So he does that at least. But yeah, the funny thing about that is after week one, like it's like, all right, your grid is stupid. My grid is stupid, so it doesn't really matter. All right, let's do this. Speaking of stupid, week 2 preseason picks, 2 games tonight. Dabbundo has a pick for later in the week or weekend. But Raheem, for tonight, the Raiders are laying a 1.5, 37.5 at Houston. 49ers laying 1.5. Oh, tic-tac lines all over the place. 39.5 at the Chargers. That's tonight. You're picking both of them. Look how.
Okay, so let's go with this Chargers 49ers game. If you look at the practices, the Chargers have shredded the 49ers defense. And a lot of times, you kind of want to go against that and, take the team that, got shredded. But here, I'm not going to be able to do that. I think the Chargers just the better team, the deeper team. You look at, their backup quarterbacks. They got Trey Lance. I played them last week. I'm going to do the same thing again. You got DJ. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. I'm not even going to try. But you got Trey Lance and you got DJ as quarterback.
Right?
Yeah, DJU.
Uiagalelei, right, is his name?
That's it.
Yeah, I'm not trying to do that.
He's a dog for me, dog.
It's one of these guys you hope doesn't get good. It's like, oh God, I have to learn that thing.
We're going to have to give him a nickname.
DJU. That's what they call him.
They call him DJU. Yeah, that's what they'll do.
But yeah, I think those 2 backup quarterbacks, they're probably, they should be able to dominate. And I just think they have a deeper roster. You saw what the Titans did to the 49ers last week. I think we gave that one out too. So I'm rolling with the Chargers plus 1.5. And then next, I know this is a market. Everybody's been playing these unders. But I'm going Raiders-Texans over 37.5. I think this has gotten a little bit too low. I think this is a good spot to buy back. So let's go with the over.
Beautiful. All right, I'll stay with that game, and I'm taking the Texans at home plus 1.5 over the Raiders. Raiders 0-6-2 straight up in the last 8 preseason games. They don't seem to care about this, about at least as much as they care about the regular season. Texans 5-2 last 7 preseason games straight up. Now, one of those losses for the Texans was last week to the Chargers, but Houston had not lost 2 preseason games in a row since 2019. Probably Texans second string you'll see today, but so what? Davis Mills had a touchdown last week, hasn't thrown an interception in 8 straight preseason games, 4 touchdowns over that span. The Raiders defense was miserable, which is good for you, Raheem, if it keeps up last week. And what do you know? They're undisciplined too. They committed 8 penalties for 75 yards. I don't think that gets better tonight in Texas. Raiders haven't won a road preseason game since 2023. Give me everyone's favorite, the Texans plus 1.5. My first tic-tac pick of the year. Dabbundo, when is this Eagles-Pats game? Is this tomorrow?
Did you see D'Amico Ryans, by the way? The switcheroo? He said on Sunday or Monday, he was like emphatic. He's like, everybody who is healthy will play.
Yeah. Right.
And then yesterday he goes, nah, I was just kidding.
Yeah. That's the fun of being a coach in the preseason.
People are just constantly lying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no opinion on that game. I'm going under Eagles-Pats. Eagles offense has struggled through the joint practice here, and they really looked awful in the first preseason game. I don't think they care. I don't think Hurts is going to play. They're getting all their competitive juices out in these joint practices, these A.J. Brown versus Quinyon Mitchell and Jalen Hurts versus the middle of the field games that they were seeing being played out in real time. Under 36.5. This has come down a little bit. I think they'll not give a shit quite.
All right, there you go. Those are our picks as we wait for our friend Heifetz to get set up here. I'm trying to look at some other signings here. Giants, Najee Harris, 1-year deal.
Oh boy. Coming off an injury, a lot of mileage on the tread of the tires. Do you think it's because Tyrone Tracy looks so bad in pass protection? They said we got to get somebody in here.
You can go the other way too. Scatterbo injury might be more troubling than we know, right? This is something Heifetz could help us with. What do you think, Raheem? You read into this?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Tracy missed the block so bad last week that Dart had to go to concussion protocol. So, I get somebody in there.
That's it. And the other bad news, though, Texans, Jaden Higgins tore his ACL. That's a bummer. So he's not top 2 on the depth chart, but still figured well into their system last year as a rookie. 500-plus receiving yards, 6 touchdowns to Dabbundo.
it appears also the betting odds are on to our Jalen Daniels takes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're minus 5.5 now.
Yeah.
The Jalen Daniels truthers. We ride Saturday at 7:30. I'll be tuned in. I'll be there.
All right. There we go. All right, let's bring him on right now. If you look him up in Wikipedia, he is not the 62-year-old American musician who is perhaps best known for being the drummer for American experimental rock group Mr. Bungle. Yes, no. He is, in fact, one of the top 3 most popular hosts of the Ringer Fantasy Show. Easily. Danny Heifetz, thanks for coming on, buddy.
Thank you. I mean, you never know because Solak was on that show for a little bit, so you never know if I'm top 3 or not. I just had a bat signal. I heard you guys talk about Jackson Dart in the blue tent, and I just magically appeared.
What's going on? All right, let's get to your Giants, your beloved Giants. What does this Najee Harris signing mean to you?
I think it means coaches are absolute control freaks, and Tyrone Tracy got one shot, and he blew it. So Eminem would be upset, and they're just never going to trust him ever again, and so they'd rather have 1.5-eyed Najee Harris than they're blocking for Jackson Dart.
How many legs does he have? He still has 2 legs, right?
2 leg, yeah. I mean, he's got 4 appendages. That's, you know what I mean? It's you have 5 senses overall. So I think if anything, sometimes Daredevil, you get better actually after. So yeah, I think it's actually a really good idea.
Anything. So you're saying they should Jeff visit Tyrone Tracy to make him a better blocker, better vision?
Yeah, I think Tyrone Tracy might be on a new team next year.
Really? That bad?
You're left it here first. All right, we have our clip. We have our breakout clip here. Tyrone Tracy might be on a new team next year. Heifetz, I want to quickly recap. You had a 1-stroke victory over Tony Tokens, Anthony Dabbundo last week. You guys both lost the house, but that was to be expected. How important was it for you to beat Dabbundo?
Yeah, thanks, Sal. I had a good round. Really left a lot on the course today. It was not my finest performance. I really wanted to smash Dabbundo's skull in. Would have loved to kind of just drink his brains and goo. But I got to tell you,
club actually smashing in.
Yeah, no. I honestly played horrible. It was a terrible outing. It's one of those where if you just actually weigh how much Dabbundo plays and how much I do, then it was pretty horrific. And Raheem's just sitting there. I haven't seen Raheem since we worked out at the gym 6:30 in the morning all nighter off game 1 in Sweden. We were so hyped after game 1 of the Knicks. Raheem made, I don't even want to know how much money on that series. And he was so happy about the money, and I was so happy with the Knicks that we literally just started lifting at 7 in the morning.
Yeah.
It was
That's exactly what happened.
3 hours in that hotel lobby. Let me tell you that.
Raheem, what is that? He says lifting. What does that mean for Heifetz? I know you've shown pictures and videos.
I'm trying to remember. I don't remember what Heifetz was doing. I was so locked in. I was doing squats. I was doing deadlifts. I was doing everything. But I mean, Heifetz was turning up. I mean, he was on the treadmill too. He did a nice little workout. He did a lot of stuff. So props to Heifetz for coming out there. We were on the Kobe system. I think even Dabbundo came. He couldn't sleep, so he came down with us. I was trying to get more people. I was trying to get the whole Ringer staff, but they were sleeping.
Yeah, I just rode the bike just to try to get some energy out. But Heifetz was on the mat. He was down on the mat putting the work in with the. I thought I saw some kettlebells, if I recall correct.
Oh yeah, it was all 3 of us. It was the 3 of us. We were just someone on this feed has to work out. So we were just holding it down.
I love the Bundo's riding a bike. He was happy to be on any vehicle that has tires, working tires. So that's what happened. All right, Heifetz. Now, okay, maybe burpees aren't your thing, but we know picking player props is. So you're going to help us pick an offensive rookie of the year. We won't lock into a pick until next week, but I'm making you do it now. So Jeremiah Love is the favorite at plus 470, although who knows when he's going to suit up for the first time. Mendoza plus 550, Carnell Tate plus 550, or your boy Malachi Fields at 80-1. Can he play running back? I know he's just a wide receiver.
He could do anything, man. Anything's possible for Malachi Fields. I don't like the Rookie of the Year odds for the top guys. I don't think Mendoza is good odds because he might just not play enough for anyone to really give him votes. Jadarian Price is probably the best, but he's 5-1. If you really want to, I think it's a good year to go deep sleeper at Offensive Rookie of the Year. I kind of like, this is going to sound crazy, Jonah Coleman, the running back for the Broncos, is 55-1. And for a very simple reason. If Mendoza doesn't play till after Thanksgiving, he can't win. And at that point, Jonah Coleman is just kind of sitting behind J.K. Dobbins for the Broncos, who J.K. Dobbins is never healthy. And if J.K. Dobbins goes down in September, there's world that Jonah Coleman's just the starting running back for maybe the best team in the AFC for 3 or 4 months. And I don't know, at 55-1, there's not many guys that you're will play a lot for a good team. Most of them are playing for bad teams.
Where do you come down on the Cleveland guys?
I try to think about Cleveland as little as possible. Maybe they should give him Rookie of the Year just for playing with Deshaun Watson and Shedeur Sanders. Like, there's a lot of veteran-esque work that has to go in for those rookies.
That you get all of your stats get like a 1.5x multiplier because
Purple Heart for just being in Cleveland in that situation.
Yeah. Well, why do they even? I mean, because look, think about it, Dabbundo. So it's Boston, it's Concepcion. Like, what's the most touchdowns one of them's going to have? 5? 4?
Yeah, probably. And they also cannibalize each other. That's the problem.
Right.
Whichever one you pick will be the other one.
All right. So I like that.
4 touchdowns would be a great year.
I don't know if
for the Browns offense this year.
What did Ted have to win it? Heifetz, how many touchdowns did he have?
It was a pretty weak year. I think he had 9. I want to say, or no, it was less than that.
It was still almost double that, I thought. All right. So Coleman plus 5,500. That's a fun pick. Now, okay, so they have odds for passing yards, most passing, most rushing, most receiving. They do that for touchdowns too. Goff for yards is plus 550. Burrow for touchdowns is plus 360. Is there a wild card in the passing game?
Yeah, this is kind of a weird pick, but the fact that Jared Goff's the leader in passing yard, or the favorite for passing yards, I'm like, I'd rather just take Caleb Williams at 20-1 instead of Jared Goff 5-1. I know it's a little weird because it's Chicago, and Chicago's never had a 4,000-yard pass. So I'm curious what you think, Raheem, because I look at Chicago, they could be the new Cincinnati or Dallas, where this defense is going to be terrible. I think Chicago wants to run the ball, but they're going to have to pass. They have the worst front, or one of the worst front seven of any team that actually thinks they can win a Super Bowl, and the Bears secondary is already hurt. It's supposed to be the strength of the team. So I think Caleb's actually going to have to throw and throw and throw. December, it's always weird to pick a passing leader in Chicago, but I don't know. I think the Bears are going to be like right there airing it out every single week.
I kind of agree with you. I mean, they have been like kind of like a run first offense in so many ways, but I do agree with you 100%. Like I think I actually gave this out somewhere. So yeah, I'm with you.
I'm just tailing Raheem from weeks ago. That's why you bring me on.
I don't even know you're doing it. Yeah, the schedule's tougher if you believe they're going to play from behind a lot. 3 or 4 Hail Marys in there, so that's 50. Yeah, 50 times 4, that's 200. Yeah, so yeah,
one a month, and then at that point, it's easy money.
And then the underrated thing is that that Chicago defense was way worse than they appeared to be last year. Last year, like they pretty much generated turnovers. That's how they survived on defense. Now, if you get any turnover regression, they're going to be chasing a lot of points.
Well, Drake May's odds in that market. I'm trying to find that market.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I think he was like 9 or 10-1 somewhere in there.
Yeah,
right in there. Yeah,
because if you want to do the scheduled thing too, like New England's defense could, they're going to face better offenses this year. They're going to give up more points, and best deep ball, one of the best contested catch deep ball receivers in the league. And he was already one of the best last year.
This is good, Sal.
Win, loss, win, loss.
Sal, can you do me a favor? Can you hold that further from the screen? Because it's too easy to read.
I don't care. You're not supposed to read.
I want to dig a little bit more into that market because I think that market is actually interesting when you consider that there's going to be, a couple of quarterbacks who have bad defenses. Like you look like somebody like Jayton Daniels. That Washington Commanders defense is going to be awful. So actually, this is a preview for our NFC East podcast. I actually played Jayden Daniels over his passing yardage, and I think he's going to hit 4,000 yards as well. I think you look at somebody like Trevor Lawrence. I don't expect his defense to be as good as well. So I think those are two guys who could be at the top of the passing yards this year.
There were 6 guys who threw for 4,000 last year: Stafford, Goff, Prescott, May, Darnold, Lawrence. Williams was just short.
Yeah, Goff seems too big a favorite there, plus 550 with all the variables there. All right, let's go to the running game. Gibbs and Henry for yards is plus 500. Gibbs for touchdowns is plus 470. You see anything, Heifetz, you like?
I wish I could bet Derrick Henry to lead the league in yards at the halfway point because I'm sure you guys have talked about this a lot, but the Ravens' first 10 weeks, I don't think they play a team that even made the playoffs last year. I think the Ravens can start 9-1. And so I kind of don't mind Derrick Henry at 6-1 because he finishes strong, but I think that the Ravens are going to just be in these positive game scripts, just racking up rushing yards for the first 2.5 months of the season, and then Derrick Henry finishes really well. If you want to, Saquon at 13-1 just leaps off the page. The other one I want to throw out is David Montgomery is almost 50-1. And
that's for touchdowns or rushing? Or
rushing yard leader would be 48-1. I think the touchdowns is 30-1. And like the Texans, that's one of those where they traded a bunch of picks, and he's a non-traditional candidate for it. But if they actually give David Montgomery a serious workload, the Texans defense is going to force so many punts and so many positive just possessions that I'm like, I don't know. David Montgomery, I think he's the last guy on the list that I actually don't think it's insane to think it's possible.
But more importantly, I think he could solve their goal line woes, their red zone woes, right? They had trouble scoring, and that's kind of why they brought him in there. So 30-1 for touchdowns. So, all right, circled that one too. All right, good. Dabbundo, Raheem, you guys have any ready? We'll hit all this in a couple of weeks, but Montgomery.
Raheem hates it, I can tell. He's sitting there all silent. He's just nodding. He doesn't want to be mean. You can say it, Raheem. You hate
No, I don't hate it at all. I mean, I actually love the fact that you said Baltimore was going to start 9-1 because I'm really high on Baltimore, so that made me actually happy. I just got my poker face on. I'm not, giving out everything.
9 in a row after they lose in week 1, though? That's going to be an interesting challenge. I mean, let's see the schedule here. Yeah, I could see 9 in a row for them after a tricky loss in week 1 at the Drum.
Wait, I've never tried to do that. Can we parlay just the first 10 weeks? Can we do loss and then just money line? We got to figure out.
It wouldn't be a parlay. What you do is you bet the first game and then you roll it over, and that's the same. That's actually the same as a parlay, but it's actually you're going to get better odds for the most part. So you just roll it over and over again. There was a couple of, I say about 4 or 5 years ago, actually probably longer than that. The year when the Falcons beat the Packers in the NFC Championship game, there was a bettor who was riding Green Bay, and he rode them like for 7 straight games, 8 straight games, and he rode it over to the NFC Championship game. I think he lost it all, but
yeah.
Wasn't that the year when Rodgers had the saying? What was the saying they had that year?
Yeah. Oh, the relax. Yeah, that could be us.
Yeah.
Then they won every game 7 or 8 in a row and got to the.
He should have taken the 5th. Relax is just right there. I don't think so. All right, so receiving. Well, I have some questions here. First of all, Puka is plus 500 for yards. Chase plus 550 for touchdowns. They're the favorites. Do you worry about Puka and his availability?
No. What's there to worry about with Puka? Did I miss something?
No, there's nothing at all. No,
he's just been like saving puppies from orphanages or something, right? Like he's just had a really heartwarming offseason.
Well, let me put it this way. I draft 4th in the league. It's a vanilla league. I'm expecting Robinson, Gibbs, and some order, and then Chase. You definitely go Puka with the 4th pick?
I think you go Puka with the 4th pick. I don't think you definitely have to go anyone who then went to rehab and then apparently after getting out of rehab walked through a plain glass window at a very famous party and then talked about it. I almost think talking about it's weirder than doing it. I like admitting it to be is very strange. You don't have to. I think if you Amon-Ra St. Brown's the exact opposite of Puka. Like you could just Amon-Ra is just like the quietest. Bill Simmons would call it the 10, 100,000 yard club of just 10 touchdowns, 100 catches, 1,000 yards, 3 years in a row. That's happened 3 times ever, and one of them is Jerry Rice. So I mean, Amon-Ra and Puka are the exact opposite. So, but it's just it's your thoughts on Michael Rubin's white party, really.
Okay. Well, I have none. I mean, it's just walked out of the white party with a crimson red face is the problem. Anyone else receiving long shot? You like?
The ones that are going to lose that I think are interesting are DJ Moore 95-1, Jalen Waddle 60-1. Those won't happen. The one I keep looking at is AJ Brown at 20-1 because now you're talking about if Chase or Puka just miss 3 games, they're not going to lead the league in receiving if they miss even 2 or 3 weeks. AJ Brown in New England, off this Eagles joint practice, I am a big believer that AJ Brown a physical declines being confused with a lack of focus, and he just hated his job, and he just is now very happy and has had that Patriots rug apparently for 25 years, and I just think he's going to have an absolute incredible season.
Dabbundo has this. I think Raheem and I talked about the escalator for AJ Brown touchdowns. One of Drake May has 40 touchdown passes. 15 won't go to AJ Brown. 13 won't go to at least 10. Well, is it way over? Yeah, for sure. Yours is 10 plus. I do worry though that this is the sexy pick. I think the Texans are the sexy pick for anything, for 1 seed, for conference, for division. And I think AJ Brown, as far as a prop pick goes, I think that's the guy. It's fine.
I'll tell you what, he's not sexy where I live.
Oh, really?
People are coping after his performance yesterday in the joint practice. Oh yeah.
You got to see what he wore all the time. So
last year the wheels really came off, right, Dabbundo?
Yeah, I would say so. Twice. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, listen. Road for the budget. All right, so we only have a few minutes left here. So here's what I really want to talk to you about, Heifetz. We have this Ringer Fantasy League next week. We have the draft, I believe, Friday. Is that correct? I forget who sponsors it.
Friday, August 28th, 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern. We're going to do the draft.
It's going to be on Netflix, right?
On Netflix Live, Ringer Fantasy Football League. Yeah, we'll have, it's going to be, yes, it's you, like Bill,
things.
Yeah. Exactly.
Go ahead.
They're bringing Stranger Things back. They're going to do Stranger Things. It's going to be like a split screen Stranger Things new season, and then the fantasy football draft live on Netflix. So
I'm in like 10 leagues, whatever. It's all stupid when you get to my age, how many leagues, and I'm just trying to get rid of them. So when they added this one, I was like, shit, we have to do it. It's work and everything. But I'd love it for the punishment and nothing else. First of all, we got to change the thing. It should be last place or it should be fewest points and the regular season.
This almost became a scandal for Danny Heifetz.
Well, this is what you wanted. Oh, I thought you wanted. I was going to go over the list of punishments with you. You don't like the definition of punishment?
First off, let's see who should get the punishment. It's last play. You had like a whole bracket for the post.
Yeah, so the way last place works in every league I'm in is that when the people, usually bottom four, then while the playoffs are going on, you have the bottom four then fight it out and have a tournament, and so that way you have to keep paying attention so that you like have to play in the loser semifinals, and whoever loses those moves on to the loser finals, and then there's a toilet bowl, and the loser of the toilet bowl is last place.
I get it, but the true last place is the least points in the regular season, Dabbundo, right?
Not even losses, just least points.
Way. This is going to debate.
Yeah,
I'm in a bunch of leagues, and it's pretty 50-50 how we determine last place. I've decided that the leagues that I'm the commissioner of, I pushed everybody to vote for last place is worst record, and then you just check out for the last 2 weeks.
So through 14 weeks,
basically.
Yeah.
So you weren't going to change this. You weren't planning on changing this then.
You want to kill all suspense for the final 3 weeks of the season. No content whatsoever.
Twitter.
Danny, this is actually the first time I've heard of a league to where the losers actually continue playing. And I actually find it a little interesting just because, a lot of times you have certain leagues to where, like, at the end of the season, like, guys are just cutting guys indiscriminately. And I like the fact that, guys are continue to play. But at the same time, it's like you signing guys for the playoffs and you're in a loser's bracket. And it's just like, come on, man.
So you can make the case.
Waiver claiming against a guy who's 3-11.
Yeah.
That's the thing. You can make the case that, you have to play with your teams as is and that you can't be affecting the waivers for the playoffs. Like, that's a rule I've seen in a lot of places. I think the idea is basically, do you want to incentivize everyone to just check out for December or not? Because, what happens is you win the league. No one knows who won the league. That's a fun fact. No one knows who won your league 2 years ago because the moment you're out, you stop paying attention. And, a loser bracket helps everyone stay in it. Otherwise, 4 of the 10 people are just I'm never going to check this ever again.
Here's the problem.
For what it's worth,
here's the thing. Everybody knows who wins the league because everybody has to send their money to the champion.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm not forgetting who I sent my money to. Because I want my money back.
If you said to me, who did you pay last year for all the fantasy leagues you didn't win, and I'd have to remember it, it's like 30% I'm remembering.
That's because you're not playing for enough money.
But you're paying the commissioner, and the commissioner's supposed to hold the money. We're not.
No. I'm saying I'm paying.
That's a big
person
scandal nowadays too.
Yeah,
I don't know if you heard, but paying commissioners up front for fantasy leagues they're running is not a
check your
strategy.
How many you got? All right. My problem is if you're 7-8, second most points in the league, and now you're putting in the loser bracket, and you happen to lose that, that kind of sucks. You should have been a playoff team, and now you're gonna. All right. So, but let's get past this for a second. First of all, did anyone follow through? What was the punishment last year?
We had the worst case scenario happen where Craig actually came in last, and it was the worst possible punishment. And we're gonna change the entire punishment. Order. It was no coffee for a week, which we later realized is the mistake we made was how funny it would be if Mallory Rubin did that or Bill, and then we realized that they won't pick it, and so we're going to make it like Bill. So can I go over some of these punishments with you?
Well, let me first. You mentioned something that's true, but they won't pick it. So you want to make the punishment bad enough that. So first of all, it's a roster spot, the punishment. So there are 10 or 12 punishments, Raheem, and you get to pick a punishment that you're okay with, right? So if they're all bad, you might think about and this should be your job, Heifetz, you want to make it so that the person actually has to think about picking the punishment before they pick Jamar Chase. You know what I'm saying? Like, it should be that bad. Okay? All right, so go ahead. Go ahead.
The ones we have, I'm killing some ones from last year. The ones that we're going to keep, I think, from last year that are funny. Eat 2 cold cans of soup.
Okay.
And I think we're going to make it of the winner's choice. Wear a headband during a pod, but you can't address it. I think it should be 3 pods. You just can't address it.
That's not a bad punishment.
Well, we thought it'd be really funny if Sean Fennessy had to interview like Ben Affleck about some like Oscar movie, and he's wearing a headlight.
One person at it. You're focusing on like an 8% chance of.
All right. Well, maybe. All right. So maybe we kill that.
Go rock a headband tomorrow and make it look cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
I think it'd be a neck brace would be funnier.
Right.
Like if Sal shows up to guess the lines,
Heifetz is going to be wearing a neck brace if these punishments don't get.
I was going to say I'm going to. We choose your phone background and case for, I think it's 11 weeks, and everyone gets to choose your phone background and case for a full week.
Okay. All right.
How do you enforce that, though?
Yeah, a lot of
that's where we get into it. Sal wants it to be so bad that it's like, I'll take Jamar Chase, but like, how do we enforce it over our bosses? Well, we kind of just can't. Like, I can't just tell like maybe Sean or Mallory or Bill to do something.
The public pressure would be so intense.
Absolutely. I will have your back here. If everybody,
with all due respect, Bill has cheated on Guess the Lines with Sal.
Thank you. God bless you.
So
thank you. Yes.
How you gonna get him not to drink coffee?
Right. Right.
I plead the 5th.
Can I all see? Right.
Me, Rogers, and the coward Anthony Fauci are going to plead the 5th right now.
All right.
Somebody in the chat said, Joey Chestnut's hot dog record in a week.
So this is what I want to ask you about Sal, because we get a lot of ideas that I think are funny, but that I'm like, but we will just maybe it's just funnier to hang it around someone's neck, and like I just don't think Fantasy's going to do it. It should you have to eat like 70 hot dogs. You have 7 days to break Joey Chestnut's record, and I'm like, if we can enforce that, sure, but maybe we should just make them so bad, and then it's like,
But they're picking their punishment, right? So, so they really can't complain about, no, I'm not going to do that. It's like, you picked your punishment. It was the lesser of all 12 evils or something.
Okay, so I had Joey Chestnut 77 hot dogs in 1 week. You have to figure out how to do that.
Somebody else said, listen to the Pat McAfee album Uninterrupted.
So
exactly that.
Here's the best punishment I've ever heard.
Yes. Yeah.
You have to sit in a Waffle House for 24 hours.
I like that too.
So this is the beginning of the whole conversation, Raheem, is that we had everyone who had kids was like, I won't do that. And there's nothing you can make me to do that. And then we were just informed that won't happen. So we were like, we can't get anyone to agree on anything. But I'm down to do the Waffle House thing again, bring it back. The other ones I liked are you have to go somewhere of the league's choosing, soaking wet, and you have to just spend a couple hours somewhere, like absolutely like out of a tub.
I like that. Church. Yeah.
Eyebrow slits like Vanilla Ice. Like to get the eyebrow slits.
Yeah.
A piercing somewhere on your body. You have to get a piercing, and if it's Mallory, it can't be her ears. The other ones, I think next year's draft, you have to show up as the hungry caterpillar, and you have to eat everything he ate in the book during the draft.
I saw that actually on the thing. So someone actually pulled that off. That was good. Yeah.
3 days of beans. Just a bean weekend. You just have to eat only beans for an entire weekend.
Correct.
The other one I like is you have to let the winner go through your browser history.
Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no.
So that's interesting if it's
becoming a hell no reaction from everybody. That's
that ain't happening, man. I got some crazy issues.
You're right. Our issue last year was we took everyone at their word, where they were like, I won't do that. And what we need to do is we just got to do it anyway.
They're picking, they can avoid the ones that they don't want by picking early. You know what I'm saying? All right. So
what about a Greyhound bus? Like you have to take like a 5-hour Greyhound bus somewhere and like create content around the bus.
I think that would be pretty amazing.
I saw a good one, Raheem, yesterday. It was the 10K. So you're dropped off, whatever distance a 10K is, and your buddies take your credit card and they go drinking, and you can't stop them from running up the charges until you finish the 10K and get back to the bar wherever they are and snatch your credit card. So they can do damage. That was fun.
That is fun.
I think that's good. Here's the thing, Sal. Here's the mistake we made last year. We ran them by Bill, and I think the answer clearly is we need to run them by you. And so maybe you need to come on the you might need to come on the Ringer Fantasy Football Show, and you need to help me convince Craig and DK to add these crazy ones because they're like
Because I don't want to do this dumb league unless there's someone gets hurt.
Okay. So we'll answer.
Actually, I think the loser should go to jail. We should put them on like a scare straight type situation to where we bring them in and we have the prisoners do scare straight with the loser.
Imagine that video.
That's what I heard.
Yeah. Sal getting taken out in cuffs. We have like secret cameras installed that he doesn't know about in his house. Somebody knocks on his door.
You're like Tom in Succession. You're just looking up good prisons.
Heifetz has like 0 minutes left. I'm just gonna fire away on a few of these.
I mean, I would just love to see the loser in Pelican Bay. Like just for one day, you go to Pelican Bay and you gotta sit in the hole. Maybe you gotta play some basketball with some prisoners. And you gotta have them screaming at you about how you're a loser and you gave up the most points and you didn't score enough points. Like that's what I want to see. And then we do it for content.
Listen,
Sal, I can stay. This is productive. This is great.
Okay. I had to listen to Pat McAfee album on a loop for the entirety of the early slate of a football Sunday. We could do that at Core Week the following year and make sure enforce it that way. I think that would be funny. I have eat matzo ball soup off the floor of the kitchen of the Ringer offices in Hollywood. Now, they're supposed to be new and clean. I don't know. I've not been. But and it doesn't have to be matzo ball soup, but something like that would be fun to watch. I had cone drill, 5 ice cream cones in an hour. I think that's doable and drive people crazy. How about this, Raheem? This could get you the jail thing. Try to smuggle a paintball gun into the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl ticket, you got to go through security. Maybe a machete. Is that work? Maybe, I don't know.
You trying to get us on a terrorist list.
Ian said jail and was like aghast by that one.
No, because this is crazy.
Raheem is realizing what a mistake it was to say the word jail in front of Sal, because now Sal is just coming up.
I got to shout out the Twitch followers. The Twitch followers said the loser has to take the ACT or the SCT.
Yeah, that is a popular one, and I think we should bring that one in. I think, and then we'll post the scores. My favorite one we did, but it requires flying somewhere with them, is the Raw Dog, the flight, which is you have to middle seat, no phones, no AirPods, no technology, no book, and you have to just stare ahead with your thoughts. And we haven't been able to do it the last couple of years because we haven't all 3 of us flown together the same place. But that one, I think we might need to bring back.
I like that a lot. That's good. That's the perfect one. Nobody wants that, but are they going to give up Jamar Chase for that? So, okay, I have 2 more. You're an Uber driver for a day, dressed in a Met Gala outfit of the winner's choice.
Oh, shoot. I love it.
Not bad, right? I mean,
that's a good one.
Not going to spend $10,000, but a similar kind of ensemble. And the last one here, and I don't think anyone would pick this. Park your car in Anthony Dabbundo's neighborhood for 30 minutes. Nobody.
Oh, man.
You have to be out of your mind. I mean, who would leave their vehicle, their beloved vehicle?
It's so funny because I had to return my rental, and my mom is away this week, so I'm borrowing her car. And I just have this dread every time I wake up in the morning and I walk outside and I look and I say, okay, we're still there, but there's a non-zero chance that Mom's car just...
I'm not gonna lie. If I wanted a new car, that's exactly what I would do. I mean, I don't even have to commit insurance fraud.
Right, that's true. That's true.
Raheem, if you want me to come steal your car, we could honestly solve 2 problems.
But then your insurance
I'll
goes
steal
crazy.
your car, you get the insurance money, and I'll get a new car.
You don't remember? I don't have a car now. I get into a car accident. We're carless right now.
Let me know once you get the Porsche. I'll be by.
No, once I get the Porsche, I don't need that.
Does no one on this show have a vehicle?
I do, and my wife does, and
You haven't heard about the bad luck we have with vehicles? Like Anthony gets his wheel stolen. My car, like years ago, I had a car get blown up in a parking lot of the casino. I'm getting the car accidents. It's
pre-COVID. When I started at the Ringer, Mallory had told me, by the way, when they put me in the NFL beat, Mallory said, by the way, be careful. Everyone who covers the NFL at this company has been hit by a car in the last 18 months.
Oh, Jesus. So the car being blown up at the casino is street cred that no one at the Ringer will ever achieve. I don't care. Yeah.
That's what happened to your car?
Raheem. Yeah.
My previous car, the car before this, my car got blown up at the casino.
Couple months.
Yeah, we did it. So you gotta, I'll tell you 2 off air, but yes.
Your car was exploded.
Yes, it was on the news.
It was the car next to you, right? And then your car was in the crossfire?
Yeah.
This is
And the whole plus side was
People in Jersey that some people who know people who have gotten like, the cars, they can make cars explode. I've seen some of that.
Well, we are the wise guys. So
if you go on my Instagram story right now, the picture is I posted it yesterday. The picture is literally on in my stories.
How much money do you have on you right now in cash in the room with you right now?
Well, don't say that. We're live on Twitter.
Oh, you're right. Sorry. Oh, this is the line. Insurance fraud's fine. That's the line. Got it.
Well, you're going
to... We in the middle of Vegas right now. We got the Tupac trial going on. We got all types of blood and cribs here. Like literally, I live across the street from the Tupac trial.
Really?
Yes.
I saw Suge Knight said they smoked his ashes. I was scrolling. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah. Oh, that could be good.
Can you bet on that on the prediction market, Raheem? Probably, right?
The Ringer Brooklyn office is across the street from the El Chapo trial in Brooklyn, and they shut down the Brooklyn Bridge every day like he was the Joker.
Yeah. They lit it on fire. I like that. Smoke someone's ashes as a fantasy punishment. You got to get one of your relatives' ashes.
CSR once he's assassinated.
That's right.
Oh my God.
Heifetz has the bolt here. Heifetz, I wish you luck. I will have a conversation with Simmons, but these punishments you got to step it up. If I walk in there and it's no coffee for a week, I'm turning around to getting the hell out of here and say, sorry, Verizon, whoever else.
You're right.
Them out.
We'll up it. And Sal, I'm just going to need your enthusiasm. I need you to encourage DK and Craig that we can get more aggressive.
This is the only thing that matters because there's no prize for the winner, right? As we learned.
Okay, that was the other thing I wanted to ask about.
Yeah.
Ringer 107, Heifetz defending champion. Raheem's talked a lot of shit.
Oh, yeah, by the way, it's just the fact that there's a prize for 107 this year. Whatever the winner gets, we're coming too. The fantasy guys, you get a trip somewhere, we're going on the trip. We're going to do this like a little couples trip.
Yeah,
you two went to Vegas. You came in second to last. We beat you by 10 games.
These guys, whatever. Raheem lives there, but it's whatever. I don't know. I'm going to pay for you. We'll figure it out. But yes, there's no prizes. There's no winning for 107 or the fantasy. That needs to step up too, but definitely the punishments. All right, plug your show.
Ringer Fantasy Football Show, the league live on Netflix, August 28th. And check us out if you need like bad fantasy advice. Ringer Fantasy Football Show, going 4 days a week during the season. So thank you guys. And then,
but before you got a question,
please,
who's the number one guy in fantasy this year?
It's Jahmyr Gibbs, because it's Gibbs and Robinson in a vacuum or 1-2, but the difference is that like Jared Goff is the Lions quarterback and the Falcons quarterback's going to be like Tua or Michael Penix, who just started practicing like this week or something. So we're going Jahmyr Gibbs.
Okay,
good. We should ask them that first and just let them go.
That's all. Sorry. Also, my lawyer says something to read
before the season starts.
Whatever you want. I'm just afraid about a follow-up considering all the things discussed in this episode. I'm afraid about appearing ever again.
Giants take. What's your 30-second Giants take this year?
I think the fact that everyone agreeing on John Harbaugh is a huge red flag. Everyone was like, great job. And I'm like, I'm a little worried. That's all.
You're coming around. It's all right.
I like it.
A little worried.
I like it. Get out of here, Heifetz.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks for coming on. Appreciate it.
No problem.
Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited for football. Everyone's, when the kids started school yesterday, it's like, oh, the summer went so fast. No, to hell with it. No, let's go. Let's go, Ricky. It's football.
I'm very excited. And there's no soccer talk.
Yeah, and no soccer.
I'm sorry. Saving it. The Prem is back tomorrow.
Ringer Wise Guys brought to you by FanDuel. Before the football season begins, every team is undefeated. Every fan believes this could be the year. The year their team wins the division, makes the playoffs, lifts the trophy. With FanDuel, you can bet on any of it, from who will win it all, division winners, season win totals, playoff futures. FanDuel has all the ways to bet on the season before it even begins. The Wise Guys seem to park their cars in the same garage with the Houston Texans to win the AFC South at plus 120. Who will they pick for the AFC West? We're going to find out tomorrow. For right now, get your football futures bets in today on FanDuel. Visit FanDuel.com/wiseguys to get started. You have to be 21 or older in select states, or 18 or older in D.C. or Wyoming. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Call 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut. Baseball, Dabbundo, Dodgers, Brewers. Brewers 78-49 after their loss. Dodgers 77-51 after their win. And yet this number one seed, the numbers, I am just appalled by it. The Dodgers minus 160. They went higher, I guess, because they gained the game. The Brewers plus 160, Dabbundo.
Yeah, there's actually, I'm looking at plus 175 right now. So even taking today, it's moved. Now, I will say the Dodgers, I came on, I kind of shit on the Dodgers on Monday and said, like, here's all the holes in this team. The case for the Dodgers is that, Blake Snell is back and looks very, very good. And Tyler Glasnow is making rehab starts and looks like prime Tyler Glasnow. So, there is a world here where the last 40 games, they're rolling out the Skubal, Yamamoto, Snell, Glasnow rotation, and they're starting to find their peak form. And people are starting to float conspiracies that these injuries they had aren't even real and that they're just managing them for the playoffs. It's very possible that's true, and they're going to look very good and be a very hard team to beat. But Milwaukee's not losing a lot of baseball games either. I know they lost on Wednesday night, but they scored a nice 22-piece on Tuesday. So Milwaukee, for me, should still be the favorite. They have the tiebreaker. Schedules are pretty comparable coming in, but they're both going to play the Atlanta Braves this week, or next week, rather. So that's going to be a really interesting race coming in here because I want to talk about the Atlanta Braves.
Go ahead. So
yeah, go ahead.
Do it now because I think they're what are they, plus 6 fit, or are they more for that 1 seed?
They're down to 18-1 now.
For the 1 seed?
Yes.
Really?
They lost 3 in a row to the Twins. They got swept. And Atlanta is in a tough spot here. I mean, this is a point where with Martin Perez, Bryce Elder, Grant Holmes, and Tyler Mahle as their non-Sale starters. Basically, every time Sale isn't starting, they're not getting very good starting pitcher production. They tried to trade for DeGrom. It didn't work. DeGrom said no. And now, like Atlanta, if you go on Braves Twitter, if you talk to Braves fans, there's a general feeling that this is about to fall apart. And all of a sudden, Philly is only 4.5 back. They play 7 more times against each other, and the Phillies are plus 365 to win the East. So I'm tempted, and I know I already have Philly at plus 300.
This is a tiny bit bias. This is a tiny bit bias.
No, serious. I think Atlanta's in trouble.
Just when I thought I was out, they put me back in.
I don't have a ton of faith that Philly is going to be consistent enough to actually pull this off. But the rotation difference between the two teams right now is stark. The way Nola's pitched the last 2 months, the fact they've kind of shored up their rotation. Meanwhile, Atlanta, again, Elder and Perez have given them really good innings this year, but we've seen a lot of Bryce Elder and a lot of Martin Perez in their careers. They've never performed anywhere near consistency, the level that they've showed maybe the first half of the season, and now they're both kind of falling off here. Perez got bombed the other night. Elder gave up a ton of runs to the Mets. So I am officially tempted again. I still think they probably end up with the wild card, but
I can't say it's officially tempted after a 4-minute rant like this. You're in or you're out.
I'm already. I'm not going to make.
He's already in. All right. The question we have for you is that for the listeners, there's a lot of people on Twitch right now. They're depending on you. Are you placing the Phillies plus 340 right now to win the division?
Yes.
Okay, you are.
You are. Okay.
All right, so we're going to hold you to that.
Yep. I'm against Atlanta in every way possible for the rest of the season.
Okay.
Playoffs, when they get their wild card series, fade. Probably would be the Cubs or potentially could be the Padres or the Phillies. Bullpen's very good, but the rotation is not getting there. They just brought in A.J. Smith-Shawver. They've called him up. He got hit around a little bit yesterday. They're going 6-man. They're trying to save Sale's arm. It's a very, very weird situation in developing. And there you go. Homer, Austin Gale, Sell Signal, Homer, yada, yada. I've been pretty consistent on my Phillies all year. They're going to be fine. I didn't think they'd win the division, but now I'm looking at way Atlanta didn't address it at the deadline. I think they are going to.
What do we have? 6 weeks left? Is that it? 6.
Yep.
Right in there. All right.
So if you're fading on like
35 games roughly.
Yep.
So the question I have for you is right now on FanDuel Sportsbook, they have a name the finalists for the National League.
Just the National League?
They have it for the American League as well.
Okay.
But the reason I said, you can do it for the World Series as well. But the reason I said that is if you're eliminating a potential division winner in Atlanta, there has to be some value on here at naming the finalists. You can do Dodgers versus what?
What's Dodgers Cubs?
Dodgers Cubs is, where is it? Cubs versus Dodgers is plus 650.
Mm-hmm. It's tempting. It's correlated to the fact if you think the Brewers hold off the Dodgers for the 1 seed, it would be Brewers 1, Cubs 4. They would play each other.
Yeah, that's what sucks about this. Yeah.
The problem is the bracket could screw you.
You could end up on the same side of the bracket. They do this with NCAA tournaments.
Yeah.
Like with 2-1 seeds playing in the semifinals. You can't have it in the finals. But all right. Dabbundo, you're on record. Philly's still on record.
Yeah.
Raheem, you are not biting on that. You can't after all the noise. You have to.
Yeah, I'm not buying it. I don't believe in Boston. I don't believe in this team.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens, but I hope I'm wrong because I would like to see some fun October Phillies baseball, but they've been letting me down for years and years and years. And I said right after that Arizona series, that was our opportunity. So I just think this core is grown old and stale, and we'll see what happens.
Flabby and sick, some would say.
Larry Holmes status.
Red Sox plus 320 for this 4 seed right now.
We got
plus 270. Yeah. Opening's still really good, but the offense is very...
Do they even get there? I know. It's a weird team this year for sure. They're the weirdest. But one thing we haven't talked about, we should give a couple minutes here. MVP, National League, all of a sudden, a little crazy. PCA, minus 190. Ohtani, plus 150. Ohtani was, what was the highest he got to? Do either of you guys remember? Was it minus 1,000 more?
Yep. Before they shut him down to be from pitching, he was minus 1,500.
So he goes 0 for 4 yesterday. He's 30 homers, 80 RBIs, 292. PCA also 0 for 4. They got to stop going 0 for 4. Otherwise, Carson Bench is going to sneak in there for MVP. But he's also right there, 31, 79, 279. The stats are comparable aside from home runs and RBIs. First and second in OPS plus, WRC, all the things I don't know. The question becomes, though, Dabbundo and Raheem, does PCA's defense for a full year supersede Ohtani's Cy Young-worthy pitching for a half a year?
Fatigue.
Too. Pete Crow Armstrong has a higher WAR, wins over replacement. He's at 7.8. Ohtani's at 6.8. So by that metric alone, I say yes.
And second in stolen base. All that counts and more and everything, but he's second in the league in stolen bases. At fielding 23 outs above average. You don't get that for Ohtani. The key is, though, Dabbundo, will we see Ohtani in the last 3 weeks? And if he puts together, this could go down to the stretch, right? Puts together like 3 good starts. Everyone's like, oh, yeah, this is why he's MVP.
How the Dodgers finish could weirdly matter. If they go on this rosy run going into the playoffs, that could change things because the Cubs, since June 1, are like the hottest team in the league. They had multiple 10-game losing streaks earlier in the season. They were a very will they, won't they team. But now that Pete has been so dominant the second half, he's been the best player in baseball by far since June 1. Like the WAR leadership list is like a huge gap between Crow Armstrong and then Dingler's number 2, the Detroit guy in the American League. So I think it's going to be Pete because I think when we get to the end of the season, we have now all seen and voted for Ohtani so many times. Pete is new, and I think that benefits him so much in the eyes of the voters who are going to say, this guy is a generationally elite defender, and he has an incredible OPS. He's been clutch, too. Win probability added. He's top 10 in the league. So he's just had it all. And even the other night, Pete hits a opening home run, right? First inning. Ohtani says, okay, I'm going to hit 2 home runs as we smash Colorado. And then Pete says, okay, I'll hit a walk-off 2-run dinger in the 10th inning. The guy is unbelievable.
It's not McGuire Sosa 98 or whatever it was, but yeah, they do go at each other. All right, so Raheem, we're not going to be kicking ourselves for passing on plus money on Ohtani?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. All right. Interesting. Very good. The Mets traded this guy. It's just the worst. When we look to his Javi Baez still looking for his jewelry and around the mound.
So he could give a thumbs down to the fans as he walked off the field, right? But there he booed them. What was it?
Yep, he booed them. That's what we deserve. We all deserve what we get there. Paul Skeens, I don't know if he deserves this. Well, yeah, maybe some bad could happen in his life a little bit. 4 1/3, 3 earned runs yesterday. What the hell's going on, Raheem? I feel like he just needs to lose like 40 or 50 pounds before his next start, and he'll be fine.
It feels like he's on the verge of Tommy John surgery.
Yeah, right.
Unfortunately, this is the arc we've seen before.
Yeah. Tommy John surgery, rest in peace, Tommy John. But a lot of people now don't know. Like Tommy John surgery leads to death. You know, I mean, he passed away. I mean, maybe years later, but now we know that the sample size is. I don't know. Dabbundo, any chance Livy Dunn ends up with like Braxton Ashcraft? He's a Pirates pitcher with 13 wins.
I will say there was a lot of jokes made about the Livy Dunn Paul Skeens beach photo. It broke through onto like toxic dating discourse Twitter.
Jesus.
Where people are like, oh, like Livy Dunn, you know, her man is getting lazy because he already bagged a hot girlfriend kind of thing. And like
it's unbelievable.
It's so
take
funny
the shirt off in August. It's crazy what's come to
baseball. Like the players are never known. What was the famous line? Ozzie Guillen. He said the players nowadays, they're too fit. He's like, back in my day, he says, you can't pull fat. That was the famous quote.
Oh, yeah.
Players are too in shape. You know, I like my baseball player to have a little bit of a gut. And Paul is obviously still has the mechanical ability to do the great things. I just think that it's impossible to sustain. And like, I don't know. I feel bad joking about this. I love Jacob Mizorowski, but like, how much time does he have before this?
No, for sure.
2 years? You know, it's like, I love watching him pitch, but I'm also like, this is every fifth day. I'm like, it's like going to see the exotic animal at the zoo. And you know, he has a short lifespan.
Wow. Interesting. That's rough, Raheem. Wow. The departure of Tommy John and everything. Yeah, Mizorowski, he's got probably 2 weeks before he locks up the Cy Young at this point, right? He's minus 800.
Yep.
Sale, Sanchez, and these guys are going to catch him. All right.
You know, speaking of short lifespans.
This can go anywhere. This can go anywhere.
No, like, I don't know if you guys saw this trade for the Denver Nuggets. They traded Peyton Watson to the Cleveland Cavaliers for Max Strus to L.A., and I think the Nuggets, they get unprotected 2031 Cavs first-round pick and a 2032 Kings second-rounder. Mm-hmm. Jokic may never win another title again.
I saw your thing with this, and I agree with it. The two-title superstar is now going to be held on a high pedestal. The new three-title superstar might not exist, right?
Yeah, it's bad. I mean, look at Jokic and Jokic, like they pretty much reran the script writers, I don't know what they're doing, but they reran the same storyline for Jokic as they did with Giannis in Milwaukee. And it's just, it's tragic. So, I mean, you're kind of looking at, I don't know if Jokic is going to be able to get one. I'm waiting for the media, and Bill can probably put this out there and get it aggregated, but it's going to come a time where everybody's talking about Jokic demanding a trade because he's not going to win anything with that roster.
It's crazy to say that, Raheem, because it's not just Jokic and Giannis, because once the Sixers win 3 straight, you're going to be saying that about SGA. You're going to be
come on.
Stop. You're going to be saying that about Tatum.
No, you're not a homer at all. Why would anyone call you a homer?
AD is not even hiding his homerism at this point in time. If you guys have not subscribed to the Philly Special, go check out AD on the Philly Special podcast.
It's out of control. Yeah.
It's like baseball for the nerdiest person you've ever met before who doesn't actually watch the game. He just calculates win probability from his seat. That's the...
Raheem, you're saying there's not going to be a 3-title superstar going forward if that player stays on one team, pretty much, right?
I mean, a lot of people think it's Wemby, but I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know if Wemby's going to get the 3 titles because he doesn't have one. He's a big guy who they have to load manage to get through the regular season. And, big guys, they tend to fade. They tend to have injuries. I think, a lot of people are expecting Wemby to get 3 in the next 10 years. I think there's a better chance of him losing an entire season in the next 10 years just because of his height and his size. So we're in a new era of the NBA. This is not your grandfather's NBA to where you have 6 teams winning championships for like 30 years. Now everybody eats.
All right, and that brings our short lifespan segment to full circle with Wemby. That's the way to end it. All right, Thursday plays of the day. There's a lot of early baseball that we're staying away from. Dabbundo starts the Yankees O's. First pitch is a little later.
Yeah, it's not till 6:30. I'm going to do a Twitch Classic, I guess, since the game's starting in a few minutes here. McGreevy over 4.5 strikeouts for St. Louis.
I like it.
Step Plus has jumped, had him last start, betting him again in the early matinee here today. Cardinals are an interesting team. They're not going to make the playoffs, but they're fun to watch. And shout out to Josh Baez. I don't know if you saw that.
A hit?
He got one last night. So he started for 23. Then he went 0 for 19 after the 3 homers in a row. And then he got a pinch hit last night. So he's back. I'm not sure
if he keeps that up. He's a Hall of Famer, right? 3 home runs,
every 20 at bats.
1 hit. Yeah, I'll do that. Okay.
Yeah. for sure.
Right. And what you would hit?
It would probably break Bonds' record.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yankees Orioles over 7.5 minus 110. Kyle Bradish is an interesting pitcher because the stuff looks back, but he doesn't look quite right to me from a command and control perspective. I still think he's trying to figure out his pitch mix and what is most optimal, because we know the stuff is great. And the same thing with Garrett Cole, where the stuff isn't quite peak Garrett Cole anymore. And this market is like almost a full run low, I think. So I know the Yankees can't score when Aaron Judge doesn't play, but this total is too low.
All right. Raheem, doubling up on that Raiders-Texans over.
Yeah, I'm taking over here. I just think this market has been bet down way too low. I think it was like 40.5 at one point in time. So I think they bet this down. The Raiders defense wasn't very good last week against Arizona. I think that continues here. So let's go with the over 37.5.
All right, there you go. WNBA, Dallas Wings, plus 2.5 at home over the Indiana Fever. I'm going Paige over Caitlin. I know it's sacrilegious to bet against Caitlin Clark, but Beckers led the Wings in scoring and assists last 4 games, all 4 20-plus points. Wings are currently 8th in the playoff seeding, just 2.5 games out of 5th, so they need this one, and they're looking to avenge an 11-point loss to Indiana 6 days ago. Fever in the middle of a 5-game road trip. They won the first 2. Might be looking ahead to Saturday night in the Big Apple against the Liberty. So how about 94-88? How about them Dallas Wings? They win, but take the 2.5 points. Tomorrow, guys, we are back with the AFC West. Exciting, Dabbundo.
It's a fun division.
Yeah.
I'm not yet sure who I'm picking to win it.
Really?
Nope.
You locked in, Raheem?
Game time decision tomorrow morning.
Y'all gonna have to wait.
Okay.
Don't spoil it. That's not fun.
Yeah, y'all gonna have to wait.
Just went, oh, jeez.
I'm actually not sure either.
Yeah.
I think the most polarizing team in the NFL is in the AFC West.
Well, you're saying it's the Chiefs, right? I mean,
No, it's the Broncos.
I think it's Denver. Yeah.
It's by far the Broncos.
Okay. I mean, the Chiefs said, or should they be favored? Because they are. So I
don't think the Chiefs are that interesting. I think the Broncos are just.
Yeah,
it's just always interesting, Raheem.
They're interesting, but they're not as interesting as they were in years past. You look at this Broncos team, and it's like your opinion can swing wildly from one direction to the other direction. So
we'll never know if he's great, right? Like everybody just goes back and forth for years.
Yeah.
Actually, Herbert too gets the same thing. Pretty much a lot of those quarterbacks in the West. All right, Dabbundo, your beloved EPL is back. You have a podcast out where you have over-unders for each team. God bless you.
Yep, on YouTube. Ringer Wise Guys YouTube. Me and Paul Carr, the great Paul Carr, went back and did our draft. We picked our champion, did some futures talk. It was a lot of fun, and the season's back tomorrow. Arsenal and Coventry. Not exactly the most exciting first game, but it should be good.
Raheem, you're coding, you're writing, you have an article, right?
Yeah, I think the NBA article, I don't know when they're going to drop it. Or if they drop.
I'm sorry. All right.
And mine came out, I have no idea. But
yeah, they asked me to contribite to it yesterday, so it's definitely not out.
No. Okay, that's going to be out.
Actually, I'm gonna have a boxing pick for y'all tomorrow.
Do it. All right.
Yeah.
Write this down.
Rolly fights Teofimo Lopez. So I'm still handicapping that.
We've been talking about this fight for 3 weeks.
Right.
I've never heard of Teofimo Lopez before, but Raheem has mentioned him 3 straight shows.
I'm very excited for this. I mean, we faded him in his last fight against Shakur Stevenson.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm excited to see him get back and see what happens. So it should be a good fight. I don't have one yet, but I will.
Oh, he said tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. All right. Oh, that's true. It's not till Saturday. Lopez by decisions -135. That's the favored result. That's be boring, but seems like that's what it would be. All right. Listen to me and Tate. We go over the SEC, the Big 12, and Notre Dame. That's on YouTube. We have some college football previews up there. And that's going to do it for another episode of the Ringer Wise Guys. For Raheem Palmer, for Danny Heifetz, and Anthony Dabbundo, a.k.a. Tony Tokens. I'm Sal saying so long and happy handicapping. You must be 21 or older and present in select states for Kansas in affiliation with Kansas Star Casino, or 18 or older and present in D.C., Kentucky, or Wyoming. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or 1-800-MY-RESET. Call 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut, or visit mdgamblinghelp.org in Maryland. Hope is here. Visit gamblinghelplinema.org or call 327-5050 for 24/7 support in Massachusetts, or call 1-877-8-HOPE/NY, or text Hope New York in New York. For Louisiana, call 1-877-770-7867.